Hello everyone! This is the Japanese Ryokan, the Hotspring Hotel DIY kit by CuteBee that I've been working on. This will be the finished product you can see here, but I'm still working on all the little small pieces. So I have a few more small pieces to show you today that I've worked on. So we're working on page 16. Last video I showed you the lantern from the top part here. Well, it's two lanterns, and they're kind of stone-looking garden lanterns. And I also showed this small table in another previous video, which I changed up a little bit, so check that video out if you want to see what I did to it. But for this video, I'm going to show you these paper lanterns, the red ones, the white ones, this little kind of bucket or bowl, these cushions, and this plant. So a lot of these small pieces are what go on this piece here a little later, whenever I finally get that done. And I think it's off to the side. So it's going to look something like this, with these tables that we already finished before, which is the Go table and the one with the book. Okay, so for now, let's get to it. These red ones, there were two with this black kind of top and one without. And these white ones, there's three with a black top, three without. One is not pictured here today. I'm already using it in some work for a future video. And here's the little bucket. I decided to change the cloth to a red one because I just thought it went better. And here are 4 of these cushions, so that you can sit. So these will be placed, I think, around the different tables. So 2 of them will go here, 2 in another area. I believe the dolls that are seated in the display, I think you can see them over here. And they will be seated on them, so they didn't bother with a top on those. So these 2. These have a top. So let me show you those close up. When I assembled these, basically I just slathered a lot of glue onto them, rolled them up, let them dry, and then flipped them over so that I can, so this is the glue side, and then flipped them over for when I place them so that they look their best. Those are those. And here are the different lanterns. I'll show one of each with the lids and one of each without. So the ones without, I believe, are going to be like attached to the sides of a building, so they didn't need those lids. Yeah. Also, I think some of them will have lights strung through them or into them, so that's another reason why they didn't bother with a lid on the top. So let me go back to the page. There we go. Oop. Don't attack the vase. So this is the vase. I decided to change it up to add some more realistic flowers to the piece. So I've already had some of those red kind of fuzzy bits that they want you to glue to plants on some of the plants. But those were smaller. But this is a very big piece. And I didn't want a whole lot of those fake little red things. So I decided to actually pull apart some dried flowers I had here that were real and attach those to the base, as you see here with the glue, and then made it a little more realistic. I also had 2 flower pieces that I stuck in that were real flowers as well. You can probably make those out here, there, and there. So this will be set up near the Go board and table. It's hard to stand, but it will be glued down, so I'm just going to lay down there. And here's that little dish. I did have some trouble gluing this cloth in, so the cloth did not want to fold when I put it in. And if I had just glued it as it would have just been a square of cloth sticking out without any shape. So I had to slather it in glue and then fold it in this shape so that the unsewn edges were not sticking out like frayed, you know. And then I kind of had to hold it in there with something, and unfortunately, when I pulled the item out after it was dried a little bit, it ripped a little of the paper bottom. So I dabbed it with a marker at first to cover the paper, And as you can see, it bled through, and the marker wasn't the right color. So then I had to get paint and mix to try to match the color, which I think I pulled off. And I colored the marker and made it all even again. I made sure that the cloth kind of draped down when it dried. As it was drying, it was a little tricky. But I think it's going to hang off into the water when I finally put it together. So I hope that that will turn out. So you can see some of these pictures, how they will look. So there is that piece with the two of the cushions, I guess. I think they're called sabuton in Japanese, but they're a little bit of something you sit on so you don't sit directly on the floor. And then there's that bucket that they did. So later, those will be applied. And also I can show you a few spots of the lanterns that will be glued down. For example, here's two in the entryway. Oh, can kind of see my tripod's getting in the way. And like here, some hanging lanterns. And I think on the piece that I will do in the next video, we'll also have some lanterns here and here. All right, folks, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, have a nice day. Thank you.